So anyway, first match is going to be Bakuryu versus Karate. I assume this is Karate. He's not on his usual ID. But, yeah, let's go into game number 1. Karate versus Bakuryu, ZVZ on Fighting Spirit. And I believe I have D&D on, I'm not sure. And as you can see, with it being all Korean, I can't even tell. Either way, in the top left corner as the teal Zerg, we will have LRM's Bakuryu. In the bottom right corner as the brown Zerg, we will have Karate, who I believe is on Team NB. So we're going to have a cross-map ZVZ here. Now, Bakuryu, actually, the last ZVZ I saw him, actually, first let me do the overlay, make sure all the players are correct. So we have Karate and Bakuryu. Now, Karate's not using his team tag, so I don't know if he doesn't want me to use it, but so I'll just leave him as just Karate. And Bakuryu, of course, a member of Team LRM. And that didn't work. Oops. Aha! That worked. Good, good, good. 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 So, looks like Overlord first from both players, and drones being made. So both players gonna go for 12 something. I need to enable the game music, so we get the no, it's a Zerg music. Ew, 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 ew. Only Terran and Protoss music is good. Actually, no, Zerg music is fine. So it's gonna be 12 pool plus gas from Bakuryu, and looks like a weird 12 hatch from Karate. Now. The last ZVZ that we saw Karate play was, of course, in the Gambits Cup finals last Sunday. It was day 2 of the finals where he played against LRM Pike. And if you have not watched that game, you are actually hurting esports. So you need to go watch that as soon as this event is done. The VOD is on YouTube. But yeah, he played an epic ZVZ against Pike that was like a 40-minute long Hive Tech game. And his opening was this: he places the off hatchery, and he gets the pool in the gas, and he gets a fast expansion. So it's not quite the same as the buy great build, but it basically ends up being a 4-hatch Hydra in ZVZ. That's right, 4-hatch Hydra ZVZ. So let's see if he's actually going to go for that this time. Meanwhile, Bakuryu playing a very standard 12 pool gas into expand. And of course, Bakuryu has some experience with Hive Tech. I think I've seen a couple of games with Bakuryu as well going into Hive Tech ZVZ, so hopefully we see something like that here today. Although I think if we end up with like all the ZVZs going to Hive Tech as well as long games and everything else, we're gonna have like a 15-hour cast or something, which is totally fine. It's totally fine. Anyway, it looks like Bakuryu is gonna send out one lane cross map. He's gonna leave the rest to defend. Karate meanwhile scouting with a drone and has stopped mining gas, so I would imagine he is actually going to take this expansion relatively soon. This hatchery though seems to be making his mining a little bit strange. I mean, in his game against Pike, he did actually place the hatchery in a weird location as well, but I hope that's not actually slowing down his mining. I assume it's not. But anyway, so the one thing of Bakuryu actually somehow got in here with all these things on the ramp. I'm not really sure how this happened, but it's gonna get taken down. Meanwhile, Bakuryu has let a drone into his base despite having a lot of lings as well. So both players, I don't know how this happened. I mean, Bakuryu's lings were out on the map, but Karate's were not. So I really don't know how Bakuryu's ling got in. Karate's drone just got a little bit lucky there with the timing, and yep, there is the natural expansion for Karate. So let's see how Bakuryu responds to this. I mean, if Karate is going to do the same 4-hatch build, he's basically going to just spore up, get a lot of spores and sunkens and lings to defend. Well, actually not that many lings, but basically he's going to build a million drones off 4 hatches, and then just start pumping mass Hydra. And actually, once you get to a critical mass of Hydras, they actually do quite nicely against Mutaling. So let us see. Let us see, let us see, let us see the Overlord of Karate, seeing a bunch of lings, even seeing the sunken down. So Bakuryu playing safely. I mean, you know, this kind of build, it does look like the buy great build. The buy great build being 12 hatch in your main and then fast expansion and then just going like mass ling into spore. It's basically actually what Karate does, but the follow up of Karate is just really weird. Looks like Karate doing a little bit of ling dancing. Having a whopping 340 APM. Bakuryu, of course, a very low APM player. Only about 150 right now. I think that gets a little bit higher in the late game, like 170-ish, but really, really very low for such a high-level player. And of course, he is one of my favorite players of all time. He is the Mustache Zerg. Looks like the Spire is almost halfway done here. And is this only one guy on gas? Ah, it looks like Bakuryu is making a lot of drones here. And actually getting a second creep colony. He seems to be a little bit scared. I don't know if that Overlord actually saw the 4th hatchery. If he saw the 4th hatchery, he should not be that scared. I think this is actually a mistake. Where's the... It looks like that's actually a ling. So once the second Overlord gets over here, he should not... Oh, no, it looks like he did cancel that. Okay, that's good. So I guess he actually did see the 4th hatchery. Meanwhile, the Spire's about to finish here. There should be an evolution chamber going down somewhere, preferably at the front, to help kind of wall this in against Zerglings. It's like Karate at 35 supply, Bakuryu at 32. If we take a look at the drone counts, looks like 8 there at the natural, plus, ooh, looks like 12 at the main, so nice drone count, like 20 drones. But Karate also, 12, 13, 19, so almost even drone count. And yep, there is the Evo chamber, as I said. Gonna put down 2 creeps, probably 1 sunken, 1 spore. And he's just gonna spore up the main, spore up these hatcheries. The Mutalisks of Bakuryu are popping out, getting +1 carapace. I think that's a very good choice. If you see your opponent turtling up like this in ZVZ, I think this getting a fast upgrade is a very good idea, because you know you're not going to kill him with the first 6 mutas or whatever. He will have enough spores to stay alive, so you might as well invest in that upgrade and go for the later game win. 3rd hatch is down, and is that a Queen's Nest? Yes, it is a Queen's Nest. Bakuryu doing the nice response here. I think I'm almost positive Bakuryu saw that ZVZ that Karate played against Pike. What? Where's the... Look at this. He's actually not morphing any of them into spores. He's waiting till the last possible second. This is actually really, really good by Karate. Okay, see, this kind of subtle move. Basically, he sees the Mutalisks of Bakuryu killing his Overlord, so he knows he doesn't have to make the spores just yet. And spore colonies actually make very quickly from creeps. So he's actually just waiting till the last possible moment, getting every last drone out that he can before making the spores. And now he's going to start making all of them. Look at this. Boom. All the spores going down. An interesting order, by the way. I don't know if that was on purpose. He did the natural ones first, I think because they're closer to Bakuryu, and then he did the ones in the main, and then finally he did this one, which is kind of discarding his extra hatcheries. He's also going up to Lair. Might start the +1 upgrade soon for his ranged attack. In the meantime, Bakuryu taking a relatively quick 3rd base. So yeah, looks like we are actually going to have a long ZVZ here, and this is just game 1, guys. This is just game 1, and we are already seeing the makings of something epic. As I said, Karate gonna spore up like crazy, doing the double spores all over the place. I quite like this, by the way. I mean, it looks a little bit funny, but the thing is, if you spread out your spores a little bit too much, it's easy for like a big clump of 11 mutas to actually just micro against them and pick them off one by one. And the other ones aren't, you know, really covering them. But if you make them in pairs like this, it's much harder to do that. So I do think that's quite a nice arrangement of spore colonies. Meanwhile, Bakuryu running around with a ling. I think he should be checking down. Yeah, he should. He's just going to scout around all the bases. But there's a huge counterattack. Might force him to cancel this 12 o'clock. His own lings are running up there. I'm not sure if they're going to be in time, and I don't even know if there's enough of them. No, it looks like the numbers are about even. And since Bakuryu gets the shots off first, oh, actually, it looks like Karate is just going to try and force the cancel, but no, doesn't get it. And is going to lose a lot of lings there for almost nothing. This hatchery is quite a bit damaged. I wonder if Bakuryu might invest in making that a lair just to give it the additional HP. Of course, hatcheries only have 1250 HP, whereas a lair has... I'm actually not sure. A lair has 1800, so if you actually morph that damaged hatchery into a lair, you actually gain a bit of extra HP there. Karate doing some more counterattacks with these things. We're getting a little bit of lag. I hope that's not me. Oh my goodness. That lag. I hope that's just a temporary lag spike and it goes away. I think we're on low latency still, so... I mean, I suppose the players could actually just set it to high latency, but it looks like Bakuryu's not paying attention. Oh no, his lings are AFK. Can he save the hatchery? Karate gonna try and do some nice micro. I think the hatchery's gonna go down for sure. Yep, Karate is just gonna sacrifice the rest of his lings to take down that hatchery. Not a terrible decision. He did use a lot of lings for that, and it looks like Karate actually has 3 evolution chambers here. I don't think he actually needs 3. I think 2 would have been fine for. I mean, he's getting range attack now, and if, for Carapace if he wants it. I mean, I gotta say that's a mistake. Anyway, there's also a Queen's Nest, so and a Queen is in production, so Karate is going for his Hydra Queen build. That is what he did against Pyke, but it looks like Bakuryu actually going for a huge attack here, and Bakuryu morphing Guardians behind the natural. He already had a Great Aspire. Sorry I didn't point that out. I was too busy looking at the Zerglings, so Bakuryu actually is basically doing like a ZVT play here, morphing Guardians back here. And Karate, I don't think he even has a Spire. Does he even have a Spire? Oh my god, he doesn't have a Spire. His Hydra Den isn't even finished yet. His only anti-air is Spore Colonies, and they're going to do absolutely nothing against Guardians as long as Bakuryu doesn't just like suicide them. So Karate, I think he's in a lot of trouble right now. He's got like, how many Guardians? He's got 8 Guardians about to take down his natural here, and his Den is barely finished. He's getting another Creep Colony. Why are you getting another Creep Colony? That's not going to do anything. Is he actually going to try and make emergency spores? I think that's what those drones are. But that's... Is this actually just going to be game? Has Bakuryu actually just like hard countered this build? And now Karate's making a Spire, but that's going to